They say a man dies twice, once when his heart stops beating, and once when he can no longer get hard. But what if I told you that for millions of men over 60, the first warning sign of declining health isn't memory loss or chest pain? It's when your penis starts to feel weak, tight, or unresponsive. That strange cramp-like pressure you sometimes feel down there, it's not just in your head. It's your blood vessels crying out for help. And if you ignore them, they don't just shut down your intimate life. They slowly starve your manhood from the inside out. I'm Dr. Elena, a medical doctor and specialist in men's health with over 30 years of experience helping men regain their confidence, restore their circulation, and rebuild their intimacy naturally. And today I want to share something that every man over 60 deserves to know. Because what if I told you that the key to stronger erections, better blood flow, and a pain-free, powerful experience doesn't lie in a pill or a procedure, but in your refrigerator? Most men think aging is to blame, but in reality, it's something far more preventable. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean today. In this video, I'll share the top 3 scientifically backed foods that help prevent penile blood flow issues, restore circulation, and make you feel strong again, without medication. And one of them works so quickly you may feel the difference before the week is over. Before we begin, if you're a man over 60 who wants to improve blood flow, strengthen your erections, and take back control of your health naturally, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a tip designed specifically for you. And if this video speaks to you, drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and your feedback helps me create content that truly serves you. Alright, let's dive into the first food that could completely change how blood flows through your body. It might surprise you, but this humble root vegetable holds the key to unlocking firmer, longer-lasting erections by naturally increasing nitric oxide, your body's most critical molecule for circulation. And after 60, when blood vessels begin to stiffen and tighten, beets can make all the difference. I never used to think something as simple as a beet could have anything to do with sexual health, but then I started noticing a pattern among my older patients. Men who had started adding beets into their diet were reporting firmer erections, better stamina, and less of that tight, cramping sensation in the groin during arousal. It wasn't a coincidence. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, an essential compound that allows your blood vessels, especially in the penis, to relax and expand. This expansion is what allows blood to flow fully into the erectile tissue, and when blood flows better, everything works better. Here's what many men don't realize. After the age of 60, our nitric oxide production starts to drop dramatically. That's when many men begin to notice changes they can't quite explain. Sluggish arousal, weaker erections, even that uncomfortable tightening that feels almost like a cramp. It's not just old age, it's a warning sign that blood isn't reaching the tissue the way it used to. Beets help reverse that process. They act like a natural pump primer, softening blood vessels, energizing circulation, and making sure the penis gets the blood it needs to function the way it did years ago. You don't need to overcomplicate this. A simple glass of beet juice in the morning, or even roasted beets added to a salad or dinner plate, can quietly begin repairing what time has taken away. It's not a miracle, it's just biology, giving your body the right support so it can do what it's designed to do. There's a fruit most men toss aside without realizing it contains a compound that works almost identically to prescription erection medications, only without the side effects. In fact, this next food could help relax the vascular tension that causes that deep groin tightness during arousal. I'll be honest with you, for years I thought watermelon was just a refreshing summer snack, something sweet to enjoy on a hot day, but I was wrong. The more I looked into the research, the more I realized this fruit, especially the part most people throw away, holds an incredible secret for men over 60 struggling with weak erections and uncomfortable tightness during arousal. It all comes down to a powerful compound called citrulline, found in high concentrations in the white rind of watermelon. Most people toss that part aside, never realizing that citrulline is a natural vasodilator. In simpler terms, it helps your blood vessels open up, allowing blood to flow more freely, especially to the penis. After 60, those vessels tend to narrow or stiffen, making arousal feel forced, inconsistent, or even uncomfortable. Citrulline helps relax those vessels gently, reducing what I call penile blood flow restriction. It's not a sharp pain, but more of a dull tightness, a sign your body is struggling to circulate blood where it's needed most. Here's where it gets personal. A patient of mine in his late 60s told me he started blending the red and white parts of watermelon into a smoothie every morning. Within 2 weeks, he said he was waking up with stronger morning erections and, more importantly, without that uncomfortable tension he used to feel during intimacy. No medications, no procedures, just a change in what he put in his blender. Unlike pharmaceutical solutions, watermelon doesn't force anything. It supports your body's natural ability to regulate blood flow. It's gentle, effective, and completely natural. If you're looking for a way to feel more confident in your own body again, watermelon might just be your most unexpected ally. If there's one food I wish more men over 60 knew about, it's pumpkin seeds. They're small, unassuming, and usually scooped out and thrown away without a second thought. But let me tell you, these little seeds are one of the most powerful tools in your corner when it comes to restoring healthy blood flow and protecting your erections. Pumpkin seeds are packed with 3 essential nutrients that directly impact your ability to achieve and maintain firmness: magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium relaxes the blood vessels and prevents the spasms that lead to that uncomfortable tightness some men feel during arousal, what I often refer to as penile tension or cramping. Zinc is crucial for maintaining testosterone levels, especially as they naturally decline with age. Without adequate zinc, your hormonal foundation begins to weaken. And arginine is an amino acid that supports nitric oxide production, helping blood flow more freely into the penile tissue. I had a patient in his 70s, a retired military officer, disciplined and sharp. He came to me frustrated, not with his desire, but with a strange tension he kept feeling in his groin during intimacy. No pain exactly, just a persistent pressure he couldn't shake. I suggested he start eating a tablespoon of raw pumpkin seeds every day. Within 3 weeks, he told me the tension had faded, his morning erections had returned, and most importantly, he felt like himself again. Pumpkin seeds are so easy to add to your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, toss them into a smoothie, or eat them plain as a snack. The results may not be dramatic overnight, but over time, they build a foundation for stronger, more consistent blood flow. It's one thing to eat a healthy food now and then, but when you combine the right foods, especially ones that target the same system from different angles, you don't just get better results, you get results that multiply. That's exactly what happens when you bring beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds together into your daily routine. They form what I call the circulation trifecta: 3 natural powerhouses working in harmony to restore blood flow where it matters most. Beets get things started by boosting nitric oxide, opening up the blood vessels and laying the foundation for better circulation. Watermelon, with its citrulline-rich rind, builds on that effect, soothing the tiny penile arteries and reducing those silent restrictions that can diminish your firmness. And pumpkin seeds are the fuel that keeps the whole system running, providing the testosterone-building zinc, the muscle-relaxing magnesium, and the nitric oxide-supporting arginine your body needs to make all that improved blood flow actually count. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even early 80s who thought they were too far gone turn things around within weeks, just by being consistent with this simple nutritional approach. And the best part? It doesn't require extraordinary willpower. It doesn't require prescriptions, just a little intention and daily follow-through. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with older men, it's this: most men are looking for a quick fix, a magic pill, something to make the problem disappear without changing anything else. And I understand that impulse completely. When you're frustrated, when your body isn't responding the way it used to, it's tempting to reach for whatever promises fast results. But here's the truth. The number one mistake men over 60 make is relying on medications to do what only real nourishment and proper circulation can fix. Pills like Viagra or Cialis can produce an erection, yes, but they don't solve the root problem. They don't repair the hardened, narrowed vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide production. They don't eliminate that deep pressure or strange tightness in your groin. All they do is force blood through a system that's already compromised. I've had men sit in my office, eyes filled with disappointment, telling me the pills worked less and less over time. I always tell them the same thing: your body isn't broken. It's undernourished. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out. That's what the right foods do. They don't trick your body, they rebuild it. The men who truly restore their function, their energy, and their confidence aren't the ones chasing quick fixes. They're the ones who commit to the fundamentals and follow through day after day. They give their body what it needs and trust the process. 6. Your 7-day action plan. Now that you understand what these foods can do for your blood flow, your energy, and your erections, the real question becomes, how do you actually make this part of your daily life? I worked with so many men over the years who were motivated, who understood the science, who believed in the approach, but they didn't know how to start. So they didn't. That's why I created this simple 7-day action plan. No guesswork, no complex recipes, just straightforward steps you can follow every single day to start feeling results, often within 1 week. Morning. Start with beet juice, just 1 small glass on an empty stomach. This kickstarts your nitric oxide production and awakens your circulation for the day ahead. Mid-morning. Blend a watermelon smoothie using both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the citrulline lives. It's refreshing and helps open up the tiny blood vessels that support arousal and sensitivity. Afternoon. Grab a small handful of raw unsalted pumpkin seeds. Keep them on your kitchen counter or in your bag. These seeds work behind the scenes, delivering the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to build strength where it matters most. Pair this with drinking plenty of water, moving your body gently throughout the day, and taking a moment each morning to remind yourself that you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding. You're reclaiming control over something that matters, not just physically, but emotionally. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently. Your body doesn't need magic, it needs rhythm. And this plan gives you exactly that. There's something I want every man watching this to understand, especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You are not broken, you are not too old, and you have not missed your chance. I've seen men who thought they had reached the end of the road, in their health, their confidence, even their relationships, completely transformed by making one powerful decision. The decision to stop accepting decline as inevitable and start rebuilding from the inside out. We've talked about food today. We've talked about blood flow, about erections and function. But really, what this is all about is reclaiming a part of yourself that the world may have told you to forget. For many men, the loss of sexual vitality feels like a quiet, private kind of grief. It doesn't get talked about openly, but it weighs heavy on the heart. And when you start to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner but to yourself, that's when it's time to act. Not out of fear, but out of respect for the man you still are and always have been. Your body is capable of renewal, even now. Even after all the years, all the wear, all the moments you told yourself, maybe this is just how it is now. It doesn't have to be. Your blood vessels, your tissue, your confidence, these things can come back to life. And it starts with something as simple as a choice. A choice to nourish yourself, to move with intention, and to believe that pleasure, strength, and connection are still yours to claim. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for caring enough about yourself to stay present through this entire conversation. That alone says something powerful about the kind of man you are. We've covered a lot today. You've learned how beets can reignite nitric oxide and restore blood flow. How watermelon, especially the rind, can relax blood vessels and reduce that deep, uncomfortable tension. And how something as small as pumpkin seeds can quietly rebuild your strength with the minerals your body has been craving. Together, these foods don't just support your erections, they support your identity as a man. They remind your body how to work the way it used to. And more importantly, they help you feel more like yourself again. I've seen it time and time again. The return of morning erections, the quiet confidence in a man's voice, the smile that shows up after weeks of doubt. It's real, and it can happen for you too. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with intention, with knowledge, and with tools that actually work. There is no age limit on pleasure, on connection, or on feeling alive in your body. And no matter how many setbacks you've faced, today can still be the start of something better. Take what you've learned, try the plan, listen to your body, and give yourself permission to feel good again, not just for a night, but for the rest of your life. Because this isn't the end of the road, this is where it begins. You've still got time, strength, and power waiting to be reclaimed. Go take it back. If this video helped you or gave you even one idea to move forward, please take a moment to like and leave a comment below. I read every single one. Your story could inspire another man to take control of his health too. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for choosing to show up for yourself. And as always, take care of yourself, because you are absolutely worth it. Remove these words.